Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of solving quadratic equations. This is standard A.8A in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 14 off the 2019 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we're looking for the positive solution to this equation. We're going to bubble it in. Since we don't have any F, G, H, or J to choose from, I want to solve this two different ways. First, we'll start with our quadratic equation. Right, so that's our negative b equals, or plus or minus, excuse me, square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So we need to label these right here. If we wanted to get a c, we need to take 135 away from both sides, right? So it's going to end up being 4x squared plus 12x minus 135 equals 0. So my a is 4, b is 12, c equals negative 135. All right, so just plug all that in. So negative b is going to be negative 12 plus or minus 12 squared, that's going to be 144, minus 4 times a, which is 4, times c, which is negative 135. That's going to make it a positive up there. And then 2a, 2 times 4, that's going to make 8. All right, so let's do a little bit of simplification here. So 4 times 4 makes 16. And then multiply that times 135. You get 2160. So that's going to equal negative 12 plus or minus square root of 144. It's going to end up being a plus 2160 over 8. Negative 12 plus or minus square root of 2304 over 8. So let's square root that. 2304 is 48. So I'm going to say negative 12 plus or minus 48 over 8. Now we've already said we want the positive solution. So having a negative 12 minus 48 is not going to help. Right? So it's going to be negative 12 plus 48, or 48 minus 12. That's 36 over 8. So I'm thinking that's 4.5. Thinking x equals our 4.5. Now, we can plug that in to the original, right? And we can see if that works. I also want to do completing the square. So that means we go back to the original here, 4x squared plus 12x. We'll leave a little space there, equals 135. So I'm looking for, if I can get it to look like this x plus a squared, right? I know I can go in and out of that square right there. That's going to, if I factor it out, a squared 2ax, right? So if I can get it to look like this, and I can get it to look like that, and I can take a square root, pretty easy. So in that 2ax spot is this 12x. But, you know, before I do that, I want to divide both sides by 4, not 3. Just because I don't want an a there. I don't want any coefficient there. So that's just going to be x squared plus 3x equals 135 over 4. Okay, now we're in business. So my 2ax position is now the 3x. Solve for a. And you end up getting a equals 3/2. Okay, so since a is 3/2, square it, you're going to get a plus 9/4 plus 9/4. So now since this looks like this, now I can easily make it look like that. So it's going to be x squared, or x, excuse me, plus the a, which is 3/2 squared. And then that's going to be 144 over 4, which is just, look at that, 36. So we square root that both ways. It's going to be x plus 3/2 equals plus or minus 6. I want the positive answer, so we're going to call that a plus 6. So take away 3/2 from both sides. That's 1.5. Guess what you're going to get? 4.5. So you bubble that in, and that is your answer.